Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday the 21st of May. So, what have we got in store for today then? Well, I'm just about to get the news coming up properly in just a second. Let's just get that and press the Today button. And we got, okay, so we had Fed Chair Powell speaking at 12 a.m. this morning, even early hours of the morning. That explains some of these this movement. I thought it was earlier yesterday, but we had the Powell speak. That's certainly seen the dollar strengthen across the board there. Aussie dollar monetary policy minutes that had come out. That's okay. They're out. What we've got left now: inflation report hearings to the UK at 9:30. It could create some volatility for the pound. And then we've got a couple of more FOMC speakers later this afternoon, and retail sales in New Zealand at 11:45 p.m. this evening if you want to stay up that long trading. But for the rest of us, there's not much out there today. A couple of speakers following the inflation report hearing. So for the UK, okay. And what's happening? Well, we've seen yesterday tried a little upside bar on the euro there, but really it's staying well within its trend that's on this 4 hour. If you put a channel across or trend line across the highs, and you'll note it's staying well below that. So where to? Well, it's got a bit of divergence kicking here on this 4 hourly. Maybe it'll get a little bit kicked back through today's session. It's already caught the daily pivot at S1. It's almost down to its S2 here. We'll see how it moves. Oversold on my 30-minute time frame. With my indicators, so maybe we'll see a bigger correction here, but not a lot I would really want to be doing with that today. It really is it's almost done too much. Buying against the trend could do. It hasn't got a lot of movement. 50, 60, 14 pips back to sort of midway from where it is at the moment, so not a big move. So as with yesterday, with the tight pivots today, at some point we may see a break of probably the trend line across the highs there, which could see it running up to the weekly pivot, but I don't have a lot of hope for it at the moment. It looks soft and untradeable pretty much, unfortunately. So the pound, it too has been selling off yesterday. It finally gave back a little gain it made there and rolled over this morning. Not quite as much as the euro, but probably in points it has. But it looks like it's going to continue to the downside here at the moment. I can't really see a lot of reason why not to look for the short side of it, but do need retracements. According to this, it's hit its daily pivot, but I checked the daily pivot. It was wrong yesterday. This may be slightly wrong as well. But it looks like it's caught the daily pivot. It did finally go and get its daily pivot yesterday and then rolled over, as pretty much expected. Here, well, any retracements, if it's a decent retrace, I'd look to sell it, but at the moment you can see the range is pretty tight. The yen, well, I was wondering with yesterday's bar when I was doing the big picture exercise and looking at the analysis of whether it would roll back south again, but at the moment maybe we have a bit more continuation up to that daily 2100 area at 110.50. So that's where it looks like it could be on its right way to. At such point, it won't have any divergence on this, but it's putting higher lows, higher highs in. That's what it's doing at the moment. It looks more bullish than bearish. Just looking at what's going on here. Let's hit the daily pivot. R1's above. Well, that's the next point. Is there any? It's 10 pips away. It may, as I say, push on to that. Well, it's not far away from it either. It's about 15 pips away. Maybe 20 pips away actually from where price is at the moment, back in towards that 100, etc. So not a lot there, but may push on upwards there. Aussie dollar, whoops, nearly went onto the wrong bar there. Aussie dollar, well, it's filled that gap that we saw well, most of the gap anyway. As per expected, really. There's not enough that's happened here to the Conservative Party taking over may be seen good for the longer term, but for the short term, they ain't going to be able to change anything too quickly, and the economy is not looking great. We did have the monetary policy minutes out, which I haven't read them, but I'm sure they may have not been particularly bullish, judging by the price action that we're seeing here. Where to today? Well, it's had a decent old range altogether. Maybe it'll consolidate a bit like most of the other currencies are at the moment, but any half decent retrace, I would be looking really to short it. So I'm quite bearish at the moment against most of these pairings, as you might have picked up on my big picture video. If you've watched it, it's on YouTube. Canadian dollar stays in range. I'm not even looking at any beyond that. It's just not going anywhere. Doesn't want to play. We don't want to play with it. Are there any cross pairs? There aren't too. There's not a significant amount going on these. Euro yen is just consolidating on the dailies here. It's not done too much of late. Pound yen. Let's have a look at that. That's again holding its own at the moment, but may get a bit more price action out of it. I still think the pound is one of the weaker pairs and could have further downside there. So nothing there. Let's have a look at the S&Ps, which I will be looking to trade later. Yesterday ended up with another down day there, and bigger picture, it may have some follow through there. It may be being helped a little bit at the moment with the strength of the dollar. Watch this carefully, because if it breaks the upside, probably looking at the conservative trend or the more aggressive trend here, it might walk out. Wrong bar. It might walk out of its more aggressive side of things here. Just literally, it's almost walking out of it at the moment. But we'll see how it reacts around this. If it starts selling off, well, I'm quite happy to be on the sell side of this market, and we'll be looking at it later, maybe for new lows there towards the S1. So if it does roll over there, if it starts pushing through the pivot there, the daily pivot, it certainly looks a bit more bearish for me. And as I say, I'd be looking for the downside, more downside. That's it for me. Have a great day. I'll speak to you in the morning. Bye for now.